This episode of Two C's in a Pod is brought to you by porn. Something missing from your life? I don't know. Maybe a big slobbery set of titties. Maybe something holding your hands back. Maybe a step brother. If you're looking for any of those things, porn's got you. You're gonna wanna go to porn.com, type in 2 C's in a pod, and you'll get 15% off all the porn that you want. And 15% off free is cheaper than free, so stick around.
This week on 2 C's in a pod, we're starting off hot because this is the Free on Kijiji live. You heard it here first. We are getting rid of shit live on the podcast. Tune in to figure out if we can get rid of this shit and how long it's going to take. Beyond that, I got some killer stories you're going to like. And really, do athletes shower in stalls or do they shower in trough? Find out. 2 C's in a pod.
Cams.
Everyone, welcome again to 2 C's in a pod. I know you're a loyal listener. This is definitely not your first. Well, I guess we need first listeners if we want to actually grow the show.
That's what I've been saying this whole time, right?
Yeah.
Is that we
can't rely on our two listeners.
This is in the live. It's as if somebody's just they've just turned on their phone and then suddenly it's like, I can listen to a new show.
I can listen
to
excited.
2 C's in a pod. That's what the podcast is. This podcast hosted by myself, Cameron Osborne. I'm sitting here across the horn from Cam LeClaire.
Mm-hmm. That's me.
We're just two friends. We like to have some fun. We're going to play some games a little bit later, of course. If you're listening to the show, you kind of already know the gimmick, right? Is that we're 12 episodes in now, and we're pretty predictable. We're going to pump an email address that people may or may not respond to.
Maybe 2seasonapod@gmail.com.
It could be 2dsnapod@gmail.com. Also,
you know the jokes,
right? You know the inside jokes. You're there. Bill from corporate. Haven't heard from him in a little while. Of course,
I've heard he's got the Roni virus.
Friends of the show, Rachel from Kijiji. Of course, Felicia Saytodi. And deep cut listeners may remember that Cam is fucking Chris's brother. Chris, who I think, if I remember correctly, he was like the lead bro surgeon of the surgery that you were trying to get into as if it was a club.
Yeah, that's correct.
That is correct. And so, folks, you know what the show's about. We're on iTunes. We're everywhere. And we're back for another week. Cam, how was your week?
My week was incredible.
Incredible, some might say. Wow.
We had a conversation last time you were up where you said that, Cam, you got to start eating more food and we got to get big for the summer. So I worked out 10 times last week. I worked out. I counted. This week I'm on track for 11 times.
In 7 days?
5 days.
Cam, your muscles need to rest.
No. That's what pussies say.
That's what I like to hear.
I want to let everyone know, if you followed along from last episode, I've still been trying to sell shit on Kijiji, trying to rid my life of crap. And hopefully this week, live on the podcast, we're going to get a live call because I'm going to post a free ad for a car polisher and see how long it takes for someone to get back to me. I'm hoping
is
2 minutes.
Really exciting. I think last week we tried this to possibly no avail, but we're going to try this again and give the show the full time's worth. Of course, Cam, tell the folks at home what they could get for free.
What I'm looking at is 2 different items. The first one that we're trying to get rid of is a free car polisher. That is just great for polishing your car.
And also great for polishing a boat. Let's not
polishing a boat. Yeah, let's not limit these things.
It's not just because it's a car polisher. You can polish anything you want. You want to polish your little rock collection?
And then the second thing we're going to be putting up there, hopefully next week.
Okay.
Stay tuned. If it doesn't sell, is a pair of desktop speakers.
A pair of desktop computer speakers. If there's one thing I know about people these days, they love sitting down at the computer listening to music through them. Yeah, that's one thing a lot of people are doing. Yeah, everybody loves plugging things in these days. I think Bluetooth is going to fall by the wayside, but that's neither here nor there. Cam, are you ready to post this product?
I'm going to hit the post right now. It's posted, baby.
It is posted if you're at home.
It's live!
if you're at home, go on Kijiji Kitchener because you will definitely see a car polisher available for you. And we're just going to keep going on with the show as if
rolling.
We're just going to keep rolling. Maybe we'll hear from Rachel. We really don't know.
Who knows? So, want to crack this off with a story that I had this morning that I just could not believe.
You just simply could not believe.
I could not believe it, and you're not going to believe it either.
Would Ripley may or may not also believe this? We're not entirely sure.
Yeah, this might be a world record. It may be.
Guinness came to a screeching halt up in Kitchener today. Of course, the Guinness Book of World Records van, they just sort of go around the streets waiting for world records to occur, and they showed up.
Mm-hmm.
They showed up, yeah.
So, been going to yoga for the last 3 weeks at like 6 a.m. every morning, going at 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. class. Great experience. Definitely loosening up a lot of those injuries that I've had for the past little bit. As we know, with Cam's injury update, it's pretty common for me to be coming in with something wrong with me. But this has definitely been loosening up.
Usually, when you put so much stress on your frame.
15 workouts a week.
And that's the thing, 15 workouts a week for someone just kind of barely cresting 410. That's a lot. That's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
So, what do you get at this yoga class? Doing a Bikram. You know about Bikram yoga?
I'm
maybe saw the
I'm
documentary?
Not going to lie and pretend that I do. No.
Okay, no worries. So,
thank you.
They came out with a documentary this year on Netflix about this guy named Bikram, and he brought this style of yoga to America. Brought it all throughout Hollywood. Then it turned out that he was a predator.
Too bad.
He got Me Too'd.
So you saw this movie and decided to seek this man out?
The poses are great.
Oh, the yoga also, he did was cool.
Yeah, right.
Gotcha.
And on top of that, it's a great time for me. 6 a.m. Do it right before work, and then I just feel great for the rest of the day.
Of course, yeah.
You hear a lot of crap when you're there. You hear a lot of this is massaging your all kinds of garbage. Like, this is massaging your reproductive system. You're like, I don't think this is massaging my reproductive system. I think something else.
Sir,
maybe.
You're just cradling my balls.
Yeah,
I don't think this is stimulating
okay.
My reproductive growth.
And you just hear a lot of like, oh, this is really good for your thyroid gland. You're like, no, it isn't. That's garbage. Like, that is not true.
As a man with a subpar thyroid, I would very much appreciate if something could improve it, as it were.
Well, I don't think stretching would. I mean, they might shit on me, and they might try and get a hold of Bill. But good thing we got a good legal team here to hold us.
Now, it's funny you mentioned that they would shit on you, because I did hear that one of these Bikram poses was you kind of lift your shirt up a little bit so they can kind of see your belly, and then somebody just drops a steamy one on you.
We call it the ice cream cone.
Right, where you're the cone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Just wanted to make sure I knew what was going on.
So, anyway, class wraps up today. I go in the change room, and I am the youngest man by 20 years.
Okay.
Right. It's only me and another guy in the change room. He leaves, so it's just me in there doing my hair up, doing all pretty, and then doing hair drying, whatever, blow drying. This guy walks in who was not in class. I don't know where he came from. And I'm looking in the mirror doing it, and he turns to me as he's walking past the mirror and gives me like a head nod, like, hey. I'm like, hey, I'm like, what's up? And then he proceeds to go into the toilet stall, which is right behind the mirror. So my first question is, why are you giving me a head nod before you're about to take a shit? Like, what's the, like, watch this. You're not going to believe this. Right?
Hey, what's up? I'm going to destroy this thing. Maybe he was getting ready for the shitting on you pose. You know, the ice cream cone, the chocolate ice cream or whatever.
Well, he left enough in the toilet where I think I could have picked some up myself. Anyway, so I'm doing my prep for the morning, and all of a sudden it hits me. Just the smell of cream corn. And I'm like, ooh.
Wait.
That's cream corn.
Cream
like,
corn has a smell? I didn't know that.
That's something. Like, that's what I smelled. If there's one thing I could have put towards it, it was creamed corn. Okay?
How often are you around cream corn?
I'm not often at all, but I know when I smell it.
You know when you smell that.
Oh, he had some creamed corn, and it was not digesting.
He ate it at 4 or 5 in the morning.
Yeah, 4 or 5 in the morning.
It's just not sitting well.
And he nodded at me because he knew. He's like, you ready to smell this? Like, this is going to be bad.
Maybe he was trying to give you a warning. He was just trying to like look at you.
He's like, hey,
you're
buddy,
you're gonna want to get out.
This is my time.
You're gonna want to get out of here.
I'm a regular 720. Anyway, so then I smell him, like, taken aback. But then I look behind me, and there's no feet on the stall. I'm like, did he get in and out that quick? But then I hear him, and he's still in there. Mm-hmm. He's pooping with his feet on the toilet.
Yeah, he's like he's in a full squat.
He's in a full.
Oh my
this
god!
This is a new yoga pose.
No, if yogis are taking a shit, they're taking a shit in a full squat. I'm just gonna try. Because of course we've all heard of that the squatty potty. I've heard people that have.
No, he was taking it to another extent.
I've heard
Why are you doing this in a public place?
I think once you get into a shitting routine, you just can't stop.
Why are you giving me a nod? Why are you giving me a nod, though?
Maybe that's part of his routine. He
just
has to
find the nearest person. He's like, oh, I just saw someone go in there. Better time to go.
Yeah, he has to accept. He has to sort of let out all of his demons, and he has to do it the right way. It's very. I'm going to try this. I'm just going to try to. So
do it in private.
No, I'm going to sit. Okay, I'm sitting on a chair right now, which is toilet bowl esque.
Yeah.
And if I was to kind of.
So he's getting that deep squat position. We're seeing good hip mobility flexion.
Yeah. Now this guy would have had to be a little guy because I'm a little guy and I feel like I would be close to falling off.
We got a response.
No way, folks. We gotta curb this story because it has been 6 minutes and 47 seconds.
And thanks for coming on the podcast, Tim. Member since 2012. Tim gives a big shout out. Hi, is the polisher still available? Hey, big shouts outs to our newest guests on the podcast. Tim. What do we respond?
Well, I mean, you want to give it away?
Yes.
Yes,
it is.
Unless you're trying to rope people on. Tim, member since 2012. This is 2011, 2012. Fantastic. You're going home with a brand new car polisher.
Great. What do I even respond to this? Yeah, sure is. Will.
Say sure is.
Wink.
Will contact in an hour because we can't actually have your. I know how you concentrate, Cam, and if you're concentrating, even just with the yes, I'm getting.
Yep.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying, and listeners, if you know Cam, you know what I'm saying too, right? Yep. Like he wouldn't be able to facilitate a conversation with a Kijiji cell and facilitate a conversation with myself.
No, I'm gonna have to leave my phone alone. But let's see if we get any other hits.
Well, yeah, let's see if we're getting any other hits.
Oh, it has to be the first person to get here. You come bang on this door. I should have said like there's 9 people driving to this location right now.
Yeah. Come to this address. There's the package waiting out on the front step.
No, you know what I better do is like put it in a random field and just give them a geographical coordinates. Just say the package is here. The package will be here for 9 minutes between these times. If you do not arrive, you will be shot down on premise. This is private property.
Give them a little longitude, latitude, and sort of make them figure it out. Maybe a second step where there's a clue in the middle, and they have to. They have to first solve the clue. Oh, that'd be
so much fun. Maybe I should do that for next week. It's like, there is, but you have to follow along. And it's a game like Saw.
Right, yes. We create a jigsaw-type situation.
Jigsaw-esque.
Where everybody's vaguely connected, and it doesn't really matter why. Because we just kind of want to watch them die.
Yeah. That'd be amazing. Oh, my mind is just racing with ideas right now, but I'm not even going to get into them because I'm just... Oh, thank God that's gone. Now, do I actually have it is the better question.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah, there it is. We're good. It's right behind me.
Oh, my God. You're just posting fake things. Okay, you have it.
All right, we're good. Old Tim, thanks for joining the podcast. If you could call me, that'd be great. We could have a live listener on the pod.
Tim, the car polisher, of course. And I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure you can't record people without saying, "Hey, I'm recording you."
I mean, we can imply it. We can imply it.
How would you imply that?
Hey, it's nice to have you alive, and ready to pick up this product. Just so you know, I record a podcast weekly. And like that's enough information in my books.
Well,
like that's being pretty evident. I said live and I said recording.
It's great to have you alive.
Yeah.
I record a podcast. You know what?
By the way, we're doing a Saw-like theme for this.
By
Please
the
come
way,
by.
have you seen the movie Saw?
If not, even better. Perfect.
Starring Danny Glover.
Yeah. So yeah, that was. Thanks for joining, Tim. Anyway, back to my yoga story. Cam, how did it feel to get in that position?
It felt great. It felt
great.
If
we're gonna
honestly,
give a review here.
And again, if you go at home, if you're folks at home, let us know if you're trying this full out squat on the toilet seat while you shit kind of thing. 2seasonapod@gmail.com. We want to hear what the answers are, because I just looking at myself in this position right now. Okay, here I'm getting in it again. Here we go.
Deep.
I can sit here for a little bit. My concern would be like sprayage. Does that make sense? Like I feel as though there's too
Just
much
not getting
space.
a good angle. Yeah.
Well, there's like an inch between my butt and the seat of this chair.
If you get like more of a wide spray, kind of like when you turn the hose and you don't have it on like jet, but you turn it a little bit and then it goes on spray mode.
Yes.
Like what happens then?
And that's the thing. Maybe I'm not as in tune with my bowels as some of these yogis are. Maybe that is part of one of these benefits, right? If you do this posing and improve your bowel strength, and next thing you know, you're squatting, you're like full out squatting on the toilet seat in a deep squat.
That's dope.
This is let us know, folks at home, if you try this.
Let us know. Try it out. Try it out in a public place.
Try it out in
give
public.
someone a nod.
Next time you're at the gym, next time you're at a sporting event, maybe.
Ask someone to hold something for you while you do it, too. That'd be great.
Make it inconvenient. Make your bowel movements inconvenient for somebody else. I think that's what we really want.
So, surrounding the topic, went home after that, just thinking about washrooms and whatnot. And I was listening to some sports radio, and I came up with a thought. I thought about showers in the NHL and like NHL dressing rooms or NHL sports or like any professional league.
Okay, I'm with you so far, listeners.
Do you think they have stalls, or do you think they're like open, like just like big old room, just shower room?
I bet everyone is different. I bet with the home locker room is always a million times better than the away locker room.
Yeah.
So I could see, I could.
Oh, you think it's different per?
Oh, 1,000%. Yeah. Well, because it's like.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be a little bit different, but I'm saying like, do you think one's like just garbage, smells like piss, like the Hillsburg Arena, and then the other one is like, individual good life stalls? No.
Like there would be a standard, as in millionaire athletes are not going into showers that smell like piss. If that's what you're getting at, there would be standards. But like, what if sure there's probably larger rooms and smaller rooms just in general, right? Like, Madison Square Garden probably has a better locker room than
I think
an arena that doesn't make much.
has a bad rink because it's an old rink, right?
No, locker room, you said.
Yeah, but I still mean like it's an old place. Like they probably don't upgrade it that often.
Oh no, I think they would, because it's the biggest arena in the world,
right?
Or like at least in North America, right? It's the biggest place where sports are played. So
it's
I think
old.
I don't think that has anything to do with it.
Well, of course it does. That's like the last thing they're going to renovate is the shower stalls.
But again, for the away locker room, if you're the New York Knicks and you want individual stalls, they'll find the fucking budget to give you.
Do you think they would
stalls.
Though?
Yeah.
Do you think they would?
Of course.
You think they'll have individual stalls in the NBA?
Of course. When you're paying your team $120 million and your franchise is valued at over $2 billion, you'll give them individual fucking stalls.
So I'll tell you this: me and Alex Park looked this up because we were chatting about it. We could only find one locker, the footage of one locker. We looked for like an hour.
Yeah, because there's like professional men's dongs hanging around.
Well, I don't need to see them live. I don't need to see them live. Okay.
Well, you want to see them blurred out? You want someone's going to take the time to blur out video footage of some of the most athletic penises on the planet?
So I mean, that'd be great. But even if they're just empty, I'd like to see. We were only able to find one video from like 2014. We tried the Leafs. We tried
It's so
tons
weird.
of different
You're
sports teams.
looking for male sports
don't
teams, locker
change
room,
rooms.
and shower footage.
Yeah, exactly. Because
That's
I'm curious.
hyper specific.
I'm curious, right? Yeah, it's pretty hyper specific enough where I could not find anyone else but one. Vancouver Canucks, 2014. What do you think? Individual or just like big old trough?
Was it their home
team? Yeah, of course.
Home locker
Of
room?
course. Yeah,
I'd
of course.
say like individual.
No, just the big old showers.
Okay, you're really fascinated.
I was surprised
with
by this, yeah,
subject.
because I'm curious. I'm like, when you have that level of money, like, is it just the typical do? Because you think of any sports team you've ever played on, I've never seen individual stalls, and I'm just wondering if that carries on to the professionals.
Maybe that's I think that's a thing that maybe players, because they grow up in a communal stall environment, maybe they get to the pros and they're like, you know what, man, like I just need these, like, 20, 15 or 20 other dongs around me. Like, I'm not comfortable unless I'm surrounded by peen. And
when you were in high school, did you shower after gym class?
No.
No, you just
No.
stayed sweaty all day.
Probably, yeah.
I took the bold step and showered after gym class. Me and like 3 other guys.
Yeah, that's fine. I remember in the last few years of high school there, you always got to figure it out so your gym class is the last one of the day. That's the way to do it.
I mean, didn't your schedule rotate though?
I don't think so. Fuck, I don't remember how all that worked.
Yeah,
So long ago.
It's been a while. Mine was so weird.
Either way,
like
Cam,
13
I don't think
minutes.
you should give up on trying to find sports locker room footage. Cam, I think if anything, you need to
No.
dive deeper onto this
think I do.
subject.
I don't know. I think
subreddits.
anytime. That's what I'm thinking. If I can get a subreddit, like every time a professional athlete has an AMA, I would, for listeners at home, AMA Ask Me Anything, where they just go on Reddit and they say, like, ask me anything, and you can ask any question. I'm just going to post that. Do you have individual stalls or troughs? What do you call it? Group showers?
I don't know. Definitely not a trough. I think of more of that like the piss trough
That's like
when
the
you
piss
go to
trough, yeah.
when you
Sports
go to
arenas.
Ralph Wilson Jr. Stadium. Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
think. Cam, I think good luck with this. I really hope that we can get more information in the future. And I thought maybe another sidebar option. If you could get like a cancer kid. And
Cancer kid.
yeah, and then tell the kid that, like, hey, his dream is to see.
Oh, a cancer kid, not a
blah-
cancer kit.
Well, if you can get yourself a cancer kit and then get the kid and then use the cancer kit on the kid,
Right.
it could also work
Put two
out
and two
that way.
together.
It could also work out that way, but we need to,
Yeah,
and then
what's your
somehow
one dream? I just want to see the inside of a men's change room.
I want to see
What team
a
would you wanna know? If you
professional
had to pick one
sports. I want to see a professional sports. I'm going to take a wild card here. I'm going to say the Dallas Mavericks. I think Mark Cuban spends a lot of money, and I bet he spends it the right way. And I bet
I'm going to say they have individual troughs. No,
Yeah.
I'm going to say they have the trough system, sorry.
Oh wait, so it's trough the communal
Troughs
shower.
is like the big one, yeah. Group shower, yeah. Whatever.
You're fired up about this.
Moving along.
In a way that I didn't think people could get fired up about.
It's you
great
know
to
what?
see
It's
so much
nice
passion.
having mysteries that we don't know about.
But you're too inquisitive and you want to know this information.
I will find it. Yes. I found one.
You'll find it somehow.
Yeah.
Weird.
Plowing ahead here. I did have one more funny story I wanted to tell you for the week. Should we do it before we play some games, or just plow ahead?
It's your show, Cam. I guess you can do whatever you want. I think
What do you want to chat about?
you paid the money for the show to be up there.
I did pay a lot of
You
money.
know, this is your name's on the product.
So last week I was sitting at the LCBO parking lot.
Of course. So you were playing the role of you were typecasted as, I don't remember. You were the one.
Yeah,
who
no,
was
I was hipster. I was hipster.
Hipster Harry.
Hipster Hank.
Hipster Hank? Something
Harry,
like
yeah.
that? Hipster Harry?
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Might have been hipster Hank. Anyway, I was hipster Hank sitting in the parking lot waiting while someone ran inside and grabbed some beer. And this group of high school students rolls up beside me, and they're parked beside me. Now, I'm just sitting there waiting, just browsing my phone and whatnot. And next thing you know, this guy's like knocking at his window to get my attention. It's probably like, I don't know, 17-year-old kid. He's like, hey. They're also like blasting like shitty EDM, like banging their heads.
I didn't know there was shitty EDM. I just thought.
Right, I thought it was just EDM.
Heyo.
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 Got him.
Take that. Skrillex.
Take that, music industry. Yeah. Take that, Warner Brothers music. You heard it here first.
Take that, Sony. We're coming for you.
We're coming for you. We're coming for you, bud. Ruff. God. So they look at me. They knock on the window. They're like, hey. And the 17-year-old kid lifts up a can of Budweiser and kind of looks at me in the eye like, look how much of a fucking badass I am.
He wasn't trying to say like, hey, can you get me one of these?
No, he was like, I'm gonna drink this in the car. Like, hold on to your hats, boys, because this is gonna get crazy.
So what did he do?
He just kind of looked at me with the can and they took a sip. He's like, look at me, right? And I'm like, cool, man. Like, gave him a thumbs up, like, sick. Then I just go back to just dicking around on my phone, just sitting around.
That's
a minute later.
Okay.
Oh,
shit,
it's
we're
not
still
even
going.
close.
It's not even close. What?
Yeah. Next thing you know, like 2 minutes later, he knocks again on the window. He's like, hey. And he shows me this bottle of vape juice in his vape. And he's like,
sick.
He's like, look at this. Yeah. We're getting crazy.
And then does he take a big vape?
Of course he does.
Oh, sick. And he blows it right at you.
And I just give him like, super sick. Like, give me more.
Oh my god!
Like,
what else is this kid gonna pull out?
Oh, it gets better.
Oh,
it gets
thank
better.
God.
2 minutes later, right? Knocks on the window again, and I guess these kids are getting influence from rap culture these days because he pulls up a miniature bottle of Hennessy, like not the big one, like the one that's attached to the big bottle.
Oh, okay. It's like the hotel room size.
Maybe 1 ounce.
Hennessy.
Yeah,
I didn't know they made Hennessy in.
I didn't think
such
they did either.
Small doses.
Yeah, and he rolls it to me and puts it like back and forth in his hand, like he's waving it, like he's got money, and he's like, "Yeah, flexing here." And I'm like, I don't even know what to say. Like these guys are.
How many kids are in the car right now?
At that point, 4, and then the 5th one came in.
And I'm the 5th.
I'm thinking to myself, if you guys are looking to get a ticket, this is the way to do it. 5 high school kids in a car on a Friday night.
Just waiting. Like, what are they doing there though? Is somebody in the LCBO
I
buying
think
the
there's
booze?
one guy that's 19, and they're like, "We'll get this guy to buy all our booze." He's walking around with a list for sure, being like, "Yeah, I made my list last week, and that's why I have a list, and that's why it says Daryl beside it." Daryl, Evelyn, Mike. Yeah, no, these are just acronyms that I use to remember things, not lists of people that are underage.
Wow.
So yeah, he was pretty cool.
Okay, are we still going?
That's it. Yeah,
Okay,
I mean then they drove off. And I'm like, they have to get a ticket.
That story did go on, like more.
I couldn't believe it, man, because like after one person pulls out a Budweiser and they're like, look at this, I'm like, that's where it has to end, right? No, he needed to flex on me.
He just kept going. That's hilarious.
It was pretty funny though.
That happened. Something similar happened to me one time. I remember. Like our end of year music banquet was always on a boat that would go around Toronto Island, and there was like dinner and dancing or whatever. And one kid who same thing, like, and I bet these kids are just kind of suffering there. Like they want to be cool.
Well, they just want to show that they're.
Yeah, they
cool.
want it. You
don't want to be cool. They just want to show that they're cool.
Well, how do you get cool? You got to show that you're cool. And we're there, and we would smoke weed before, like when we were back in Newmarket, go to the forest, smoke weed, and then you get on the bus and then go downtown. And one kid, I guess like we must have smoked with him, but he brought he had like a half ounce of weed on him. And of course, maybe a quarter ounce. And he only smoked, enough for a couple little pipes. And he just had all this weed on him. And he was bragging all night that he had this weed on him. Like we're on a boat surrounded by students and our teachers. And just for some reason, he's bragging to us. And
it's an ounce?
a quarter ounce, half ounce. He had like an amount.
I mean, it's a lot of weed. Yeah.
An amount, like if he had, a dime bag with a couple grams, it's like, yeah, because we were smoking weed earlier, and then we might, or. I just remember he's looking at us. So keep in mind, we're going around like Toronto Island in the gross Lake Ontario,
right.
and he says to us, we're like standing on the side, and he brings out the whole bag of weed, and he says, "Man, if I throw this into the water, like, what would you guys do? Would you guys jump out and get it?"
Like, of course not.
And you're just looking at him like, oh, like the fuck is wrong? Like, what the fuck is flat out wrong with you?
That's 100% of attempt is like, I need to bring the attention back that I have this weed and that it is more valuable than gold and diamonds.
Exactly, and you're there with like other friends or other people that isn't him, and you're like, dude, like we're all having fun here. Why are you being weird about this? That's the whole point. You were supposed to smoke weed in private, and then they can't catch you. And then it was supposed to be easy, but
did he get caught?
No. I think me and my two friends are still the only people who got caught with weed at like a music event. I think we still hold that record. I wonder though, kids are fucked these days. Probably putting my pot offenses to shame.
What was your pot story where you get caught?
I bet kids are doing blow in the bathroom these days. Probably. Definitely.
Probably doing it in the car and just asking people to watch them do it.
Oh my god, just a little bit of ketamine before math.
What's the story where you got caught?
You've heard that one before. Just the old Bandcamp story. You've heard that one that I've mentioned. Yeah, just got caught smoking weed at Bandcamp. Got a 5-day suspension. I love suspension school. Suspension school was the best. So here were like the flat out options. I remember them being like, you can do we get caught. It's like, whatever. Okay, so you could do 10 days suspension out of school.
Oh, they gave you a choice?
Yeah, I do remember having a choice. And it was
That's wild.
Oh, the whole thing was weird because the event happened when we were away with school, but it was on a Saturday. So we come back on the Monday. And like not really knowing what the fuck's kind of going on.
So can you give a little bit of context? So you get this. The event is school. I don't remember the story that well, honestly.
Okay, so it was Bandcamp grade 11.
Oh, so it was
grade
actually
12.
Bandcamp.
It was actually at Bandcamp.
Okay. I thought you were just making like the shitty Bandcamp joke.
No. I was not making a shitty joke. I'm just telling a shitty story. Where we smoke weed every year. This happened.
Right.
Routine. Never got caught. Had a great time. The system was flawless. Hit a little bowl in the bathroom.
Perfect.
Ghost it. Walk out. Out the window. Flawless.
Show a bottle of Hennessy to your friends.
Show a little bottle of Hennessy to your friends. Take a big vape. Nobody's the wiser. But this year in particular, everything was going smoothly as per usual. And then 2 other guys were in the room. There was 5 people in the room total. 3 of us were smoking, 2 were not. And those 2 guys were making like shadow puppets on the wall. It's midnight, you're fucking 16, everyone's goofing off. And they were laughing a lot. And when we get caught, it wasn't actually because like our room smelled like weed. It was because the teacher came around to tell us that we were being way too loud.
Yeah.
And he's like, you guys, and I remember him saying, you guys are official. So he knocks on the door, comes in, he says, you guys are officially the loudest room in here. And then just, why does it smell like smoke?
What the fuck? What does that mean officially?
Well,
like,
I guess he
we
was
did some tests.
Who the fuck knows? You're a teacher, whatever. But I do remember him saying that. And then just immediately afterwards, smell like smoke in here. Because, if we weren't loud, he wouldn't have come down the hall. He wouldn't have walked into the room.
Were you in a
to see
hotel?
That it smelled like smoke. No, it was like a little lodge type thing. The guys were on the first floor, girls were on the second floor.
Ladies on the second floor.
Yeah.
Nice. Did you get up to the second floor, big guy?
No, we were. I don't really remember. But anyways, you get caught. All these things. You come back to school on Monday expecting something to happen, and then nothing happened. And 2 of us were in an English class first period, and we had to write this test. And just the whole time, like the rumor had started to permeate.
Oh.
And then we're just sitting there in the class, and everyone's like, "What the fuck's going on?" We have no clue. We're waiting to get called down. We don't get called down. We're like, oh my God, I guess we got to go to second period and just see what happens. And as we're going to second period, we run into the teacher that caught us. And he's like, shouldn't you guys be in the office right now? And we're like, yeah, probably.
Like, I don't know.
I don't know.
You're like, I don't know how the system works. I'm a student. You have authority
before.
here. I don't.
Yeah. How does this work? So you do get the option. It was, okay, you get 10 days out of school or 5 days in school, but you go to the porta potties not porta potties.
Oh, you just have to go to the porta potties to poop.
That's all you do. You have to sit in the porta potty for 8 hours a day.
They're dirty.
You sweat it out.
Yeah,
it's really dirty. And then
deeds.
when you take your time away from the porta potties, you just go to the normal portables.
Right, but you have to poop with your feet up.
Porta potty. See, I think shitting like that in a porta potty would be the only place where I feel safe.
I think it's maybe a better way to do it.
Yeah, because my ass would never touch the seat, and I don't mind if I spray my shit everywhere. It's a porta potty. It's gross.
Listen, I used to clean porta potties for a living, and you don't talk like that about service employees.
I don't mind. I'm at Veld. I don't give a fuck. Okay, I'm shitting wherever I
literally
want.
Shit at the door. I turn the wrong way.
Like on purpose. Yeah, on purpose. I'm just no, you know I do. I don't shit. I shit like on the raised gray part that's around the bowl.
Oh, nice.
You know, so it's sort of like if somebody else were to sit and use the toilet, they're just kind of surrounded by my shit.
Oh, that's good stuff.
I think, which is really important.
That's an open door, closed door scenario. When you walk up to porta potties, you're like, no reason, no one's in there. Close that one. You're like, not gonna go in there, and then you just watch as people go. Like, you're like, I'm not gonna say anything because I kind of want you to experience this as well.
It's a human experience. When
I think it'd be better if someone looked at you, gave you the nod, and then you're like waiting for them to just like open and close, and they just go in, and then you're like, oh, like he's not afraid. He's like, I don't care.
Yeah,
like,
honestly, it would take a lot for me to like if you just had to number one. I'd probably have a pretty high tolerance as to what I can go around. As long as my shoes don't get gross, I think we're good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I've seen some pretty nasty.
Though we were saying, yeah, I'm not a suspended kid, so like, you go to these 5-day in school alternate hours instead of being like 9:30 to 3:30, it was 8 to 2 or whatever. So you go in early. We showed up early to suspension school. I don't think anyone's ever showed up early to suspension school, and
What's
in there.
Suspension school though? Like, what does that mean?
Suspension school is there's like a couple teachers in that classroom. They get your schoolwork, so they would go. I think I had 2 periods. Yeah, that was another thing because I took so many bands and music. That semester I think I was taking. It was like English, something, and phys ed. So I really had nothing to do. But the teachers would go to my classrooms, get the schoolwork, and then I'm supposed to. You just do the schoolwork.
That's so great.
When you're in there with suspension, you're in there with suspension school kids.
Oh, that's gotta be great.
Who are kind of
the outliers.
Yeah,
the outcasts.
Well, when they're a little, maybe like the tough guys or the anti-authorities,
right? And you do not drop the soap in there.
You don't want to drop soap in the portables. The people who show up late to class, like those types. And it was always, it was just, everyone always just, the people who are disrespectful, like those type of people who are saying fuck you to teachers. Like you're in the classroom with them. And all I did was just kind of smoke weed at band camp. It was like, you felt so like off. From everyone else.
I know. You're like, we shouldn't be in the same room together. We know
exactly.
this.
It's like our crimes are different, and they have to do this like not therapy, but the teachers of that class have to go over what you did, what are you going to do to prevent it next time, that kind of stuff, right? And standard stuff, which I think to things like getting in a fight applies.
Right.
Things like
getting. What are you gonna do? I'm gonna step back on the right and clock him. You know?
Yeah. I'm gonna. What are you gonna do?
Like
what are you gonna do next
my
time?
My footwork was way off.
I'm gonna work on my jab.
Yes.
But
really worked out on my takedown defense.
In our case, I remember it being so funny because it was just like, what are you going to do next time? And it's like, probably not smoke weed at band camp. Like, that was really...
Yeah, you're like, not get caught? What do you think,
not
idiot?
Get caught. And
you're
then
like, this isn't going to change my behavior. This is going to change my not getting caught.
It's going to, like, up my security defenses, which is probably good. I probably needed a shot in the arm anyways. And I do remember the point when... Because it was all individual, but they told all 3 of us, they're like, you probably shouldn't, like, hang out with those people... for a little bit because they're a bad influence, and we're literally just three best friends. Like we're we're in bands together in school and out of school. Like
you're like, that's sick and all, but check out our latest mixtape.
Yeah, we're each other's
fire.
social lives. We're
Yeah.
like, now that's probably not gonna happen, but I
like
it.
your attempt at whatever that was.
It.
I get it, but it's not gonna work at all.
It did not work. We continued to hang out. I continued to do drugs.
You just do it in less public places now.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Just have your guard up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Wow, what a fun story.
That's the story of Cameron getting suspended. Let's keep moving on here with the show because we have sold something for free on Kijiji, but we do like to look for the best things that are sold on or given away for free on Kijiji. So let's play a little free on Kijiji. Which, of course, folks, as you know, we recently expanded the rules to free, just kind of online. It became a little
free on the internet.
But we're not changing that fucking theme song. So you can suck my dick. Cam, how about you? How about you pitch to me first?
Sure.
I'm taking a ride on the elevator. Whoops.
Cool. Escalator. We're going up this is a quick one.
Up the escalator. Okay. It's a big escalator. Yeah.
Hey, so you got some Manchu Walk there, eh?
Yeah, eh? Oh, I got some of this Manchu Walk, and I gotta say, eh, it's darn tootin' they're good, eh?
Well, listen, I know those chopsticks they have, those wooden ones, they're pretty slippery, and I hear they might have the coronavirus on them.
Oh, I'm worried about that coronavirus getting on my chopsticks specifically.
Well, listen, do I have a deal for you? I got some brand new chopsticks. They're a little too large for my hands, but it looks like you might have the right sized hands, and if you don't want them, you can put them through your hair as ladies' hair sticks to put through your bun. Okay? I got 7 different locations we can meet at, all listed. All right? I'm not going to list them off right now, but it's Staples and Walmart, Superstore, Winston Churchill, Shoppers Drug Mart, Tim Hortons, Derry Road in Ontario, Tim Hortons, and Mississauga Road in Derry. Okay? I can't give them to you right now, but we can set something up.
Very specific conditions.
That's right, fellas. We got some non-slip chopsticks. I thought it was just a very nice detailed post that I really appreciated, especially for some free shit.
Yeah.
Giving some listings exactly where they're going to meet. She gives me, text me and I'll get back to you within an hour. This is Leanne from Mississauga.
Just like you said.
Yeah.
You told that person you'll get back to him in an hour.
Oh, I didn't say that. I said, when can you come pick them up?
Oh, never mind.
I said, listen, Zaddy, I'm waiting for you. Yeah, I loved it. I don't think it's like the most interesting find in the world, but I just thought it was something a little bit different because I know me and you go through this shit all the time. It's always the same crap. It's always couches. It's always furniture dressers. It's always scrap metal. Like those are the big 3.
Yeah, a lot of stuff. Pallets.
Pallets, yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's great. You know what? I think I learned more than anything right now, Cam. I learned that the chopsticks that women put in their hair could also. I never thought about I always thought about them being mutually exclusive, like one set for hair, one set for food. I would never think to combine something that I put in my hair with something that I touch on my food, and I think that really opens that up for me personally.
Yeah, This is a learning podcast. I think we can put this under the culinary and arts section of iTunes now.
Could get more hits. We don't know. Could get more hits.
Yeah, maybe. We didn't get any emails this week, did we? Or did we just delete them all?
You know what, folks? The email is always open, twoseasonpod@gmail.com. We did not get any emails.
Please, God, email us.
I'm sorry. We did. There's so many.
Right,
I can't actually decipher.
They're not good enough. Send us better emails, people.
Oh, no. They're all amazing. There's so many that I can't even... there's so many, I can't even click on just one because there's I'm just scrolling for pages and pages through all these emails. But next week we're gonna click one of them. We're gonna select one. Yeah.
Maybe Tim will email back and say I don't want the thing anymore.
Who knows?
I heard you on my podcast making fun of me.
Making fun of me? No, we thanked Tim the car polisher. He's
This is his job. He's a car polisher. He's,
he's
just
a
getting
car
into
polisher.
business.
Well, what better way? That's a I mean, he's already like above. He's already in the green, as it were, right? He didn't have to
Yeah, he's
spend money
killing
on his
it.
business.
Yeah.
He got the
Right.
car polisher for free. Now he just makes income. Now he just goes up and up. See, this is maybe we should get Tim on the show just to talk business.
Maybe we should become a business podcast. He knows all about blue oceans and red seas and Porter's five forces.
It's we really don't know. We really don't know. It could be, but Tim, we do thank you.
What do you got for me this week, big guy? But you have something, don't you?
I do. I'm just I was just trying to get into the moment for a
Oh,
second.
okay.
Yeah. Got to come down. Yeah.
Okay. Ding.
Oh, hey. You're John, right? From accounting?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's nice to meet you. I'm new here. Cameron's my name. It's nice to meet you.
Okay.
I just want to say, dude, I'm totally down with what you're doing, if you know what I mean.
Accounting?
No, not account. Well, you know what I mean, man. I'm down with the stuff that you do.
Who told you?
When in the bathroom, I think it's cool. I think it's rad.
You? Are you in IT?
Yeah, no, I'm on IT. Where I'm just kind of down the office, but I heard what you like to do
Check
to
my browser
yourself
history?
in the bathroom when you're by yourself. I just want to say, I think it's cool that you like to use a vibrator. I think that's pretty cool,
Oh.
dude. Not a lot of people are as open about it as you are
no.
about your vibrator use, and just because I think you're so cool.
Listen, there's like 10 people in this elevator. Can we take this out of here?
Just because I think it's so cool that you use a vibrator. I have a gently used Vibe vibrator.
Oh, no.
Like, oh man, you should see this thing. It's like new. I can actually bring this to you if you'd like. I don't know if you've ever used these Vibes before.
No, I don't
but-
do that. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure you've used
Yeah.
such Vibe products as the
Can I just get your
Vibe
number so I can like
Chorus?
text you that I'm not interested?
Oh, I don't use phones, but I'm sure that you've used the Verge by Vibe vibrating ring and all these things, and
Oh,
you
nice.
know how the phone app works.
Yeah.
I know you do.
Mhm. Yeah.
So you can connect your vibrator to the Vibe phone app.
Listen, I'm
and-
not interested, but I definitely have a friend who might be interested.
Well, this is great. It's funny that you mention your friends because you can actually connect on your own network of Vibe users, and you can check in
Nice.
to see when your friend is pleasuring himself, and he can
Yeah,
check
maybe
in
I
to
should
see.
get some information then to just let them know. Yeah, that'd be
Just
good.
let
'Cause
them
I'm
know.
not going to use
well,
it.
well, I mean, all the
Yeah.
information I can give you right now is
Right.
all the information. It's in Barrie. That's really all the information I can give you right now. But if you come to Barrie, I know we're down here
Pun intended.
in Rio de Janeiro. It's a little bit of a stretch for us to get there. But I think your friend would really enjoy this Vibe vibrator for free.
Scene. Wow, what a find. I can't believe you found a vibrator on there.
That is correct, and I also like. It also does say like it's a condition like new. Which
What
I
does
thought-
that mean?
which
Yeah, I mean, like,
which
do
I
they get
thought was
damaged?
Really funny. But yeah, so pretty much exactly that. Vibe. It doesn't say which specific model it is, but there's some pretty funny model names. And I say funny in the sense that I'm a child and hearing the words dual motor clitoral stimulator.
Nice. Why would it have two
It's
motors on
funny.
there? Why don't you just pick
There's
a
also
more powerful
a
one?
broad clitoral vibrator, which I think is like, I don't picture it being like different size. Anyways, and the funniest thing is too, yeah. So these things have apps. So you hook up the vibrator
You
to
can
your
hang out with your friends?
you hook up the vibrator to your smartphone, right? And it can show you like how much battery is left and whatever. But you
Nice.
create your profile. You can add friends on that profile and then see when it's being used. Like that's
That's
a
what I need in
feature.
my life.
It would be like, oh, Cameron's using his wait, I'm looking for another good one. Vibrating Kegel balls.
That's the equivalent of having like a Pornhub account and seeing when your friends are online.
Oh, that would be fantastic. Oh,
Like, what are you supposed to...
I don't even know what you do. Oh my god. Oh.
What are you supposed to do? Like send a message like, "Hey, thought you might like this video."
Yeah. Cam's recently watched.
Like what? Yeah, imagine like the conversations, like what you do. It's like nothing bored you.
Is that
it's
a
like,
feature of the Pornhub account? Is
I
that
hope
you
so.
can network with
Yeah.
other Pornhub fans and
Just your friends.
engage with the community? What
Yeah.
the recently watched list?
most viewed?
It shows how long into the video you get.
Yeah, I love that. That's my
Very
favorite.
specific
idea.
information about the porn the people are watching. I guess that list has to be out there somewhere. There's somebody working at a Pornhub data farm somewhere that is just collecting some of the grossest information.
Oh, I love it.
Out there. Yeah, I would love to get that guy on the show. The guy who sees the Pornhub data.
Damn.
That'd be fantastic.
Wow. Well, I think we have an idea that we can sell to the public.
What the networking feature within a Pornhub
Yeah.
account?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just like a social media for porn.
Social media for porn. There you have it. Go to wevibe.com
Vibing.
for more
I'm
for more information.
Yeah, that was great. That was probably one of our better free on Kijiji sessions.
One of them
Sponsored by-
you can get. I gotta stop. I can't keep looking at. I
We're
can't
just
keep
gonna
looking at
go
vibrators.
way too deep in this.
I can't keep looking
can
at
just-
vibrators.
No, you're gonna get some weird ads on your
Oh
browsing
my god!
history.
I just searched how much a Toronto Rock lacrosse game would cost.
Oh, and you're just getting blasted right now.
I'm just getting blasted. I want to go. They don't need to keep.
Bro, that's why
informing
you
me
use
that I-
DuckDuckGo.
That why you use DuckDuckGo?
I use DuckDuckGo now. I convinced myself somehow. The only problem is it's a little bit slow because it has to scan every website to check that it's not tracking you. But the nice thing is, like, it'll tell you. It's like, yeah, there was 6 different things trying to watch you here, which is kind of cool.
Well, see, I feel bad for the ad because I'm already going to go to the game. You don't need to sell them to me again.
Well, you can just. I'm not going to support ads. They're creepy.
But unless they're on this show.
Yeah, no, this show we 100% support ads. This is brought to you by literally anyone who asks.
This episode of
The first person to email us, you are sponsored.
The first person to send us an email.
We vibe.
Do you want a 15-minute
actually
segment on this show where we just talk about how cool you are? Sure.
No problem.
No problem.
Yeah,
no
don't even care.
problem.
Literally
twoseasonapod@gmail.com. We'll say great things. We'll lie and create
Try
stories
us.
that make you sound like heroes. Like, we really don't mind. We will, or we'll say shitty things about you if that's what you want. It doesn't
Depending on
matter.
what you want.
twoseasonapod@gmail.com. Cam, we're winding down this show. Although it sounds like we're winding up. This Pornhub got us fired up. But
I'm fired up right now.
Well,
Let's. I say we keep it to 2 headlines today. Let's
No
say the next
way!
one. 3? You're saying 3? I'm saying it's going to
3?
take a half an hour for us to get this done this potty.
who gives a shit? Because we're about to play another round of Headline or Asinine.
Hey, headline or asinine. Headline or asinine.
Folks at home, you know how the game works. We give each other 3 headlines, and some are real, some are fake. And we gotta try to figure out. Well, we gotta try to figure out one from the other. So, Cam, I'm gonna kick off here. I'm gonna give you your first headline.
Let's hear it.
Cam, your first headline. China has women-only parking spots that are bigger and further away from other cars.
China has women-only parking spots that are bigger and further away from other cars.
That's correct. You heard it right. Hey, it's been a while.
I heard
since you
right, yeah,
heard
finally.
the headline correctly.
About time. Is it trying to imply that women are worse drivers?
I mean, I don't think that's much of an implication. I think they're. Oh, well, this is for you to determine, right, Cam?
I guess, yeah. I mean, that's not. Yeah. Interesting, because I don't know if China like reciprocates that attitude, or if that's like a North American thing. Do I think it's real? Well, I think China's like just all over the board with the regulations, so I could easily see them doing something like this. maybe the reason, maybe if they're gonna try and like spin a political aspect to it, though, I could see them saying like, oh, it's because they have kids and their kids are gonna slam the doors into other cars. So I think that's their justification, but it's actually because they think they're worse drivers. So headline.
Cam, that's a headline. You're right. So pretty much it's exactly that. In the province of Yunnan, and I of course forgive me for saying anything improperly in the province of Yunnan, in the city of Kunming. Oh my God, that was close.
Classic.
Which is the capital. So these female-only parking spaces started popping up, which are exactly that. They're larger, and there's more space between them. And it was really just meant for that. It was meant for women who It was meant for women who are not good drivers to feel confident to park their cars. I can't make this up. This is just what it's called. But of course, everyone fucking hated it immediately. Of course, just discriminating and perpetuating stereotypes. It could have easily have just been called a parking space for new drivers. Somebody said
that would work. Yeah.
Quoted here. Of course, some people are actually supporting of this stereotype. A couple people that were asked in this article. This is a very considerate design for female drivers. Hey, because it doesn't matter if you're good or bad, you're a woman, you get to park a little bit closer. Just the space, like if your little car was in this huge space.
I could easily see that argument too, where you're just like, fucking embrace it. Like,
yeah. So some people are writing that, there's no way that they can not benefit. So it's good because you're just kind of giving women better parking spaces and closer. I don't know. I'm on the fence about this one.
Yeah, that one's a little iffy.
This one's a little iffy for me. Yeah, I don't know.
A little iffy. I mean, I'd take it if they offer me if I want to take a bigger parking spot.
No, and that's just sort of. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Let us know what you think. 2seasonpod@gmail.com. Are you a good driver, man or woman? I don't know. I'm a pretty good driver.
Headline or asinine: William Shatner gets horse semen in divorce settlement.
No, this is great. Billy Schatz, of course, who is far too rich to be married. Let's just get him off the horse right there. He's going to start. He's going to live into that latter half of his life when he's just going off on 19-year-olds. But that's beside the point. Horses are valuable. I think I had an uncle who owned parts of horses at one point. They race around and all that kind of stuff. I think there was a very famous horse in Canadian history named Cam Fella. I don't know. That's a little bit of a. I don't know if your parents ever told you that one.
They did not. They were not degenerate gamblers.
No, that's a big thing. So if you go to the horse track, you will often see a lot of horses with the name Cam. Because
again, parents were not degenerate gamblers.
No, you never had like a... No, you go to that classy restaurant up on Woodbine. You have to wear something nice. You go for your grandma's 75th birthday. Your parents give you like $3 to bet or something. Whatever it is, you will see that because horses are named after... It's like a combination of their father's name and their
I've been to the
name.
horse track once with work. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And apparently you have a very specific vision of what it is, but horses are named after their mom and their dad, and it comes together, and then that sort of happens. And still, because this Cam Fella horse was so lucrative and such a good horse,
such a good boy.
Good horse, such a good boy.
Such a good boy.
That name has permeated down. Like horse semen is expensive. If this buddy's sitting on a purebred whatever who's won X amount of this, like that semen suddenly becomes like potentially the next Seabiscuit horse, right?
Yep.
The next Cam Fella. So this is 100% a headline.
That is 100% a headline. I mean, there's not much more to it. His ex got the Kentucky home from this settlement, but he's like, give me that horse cum.
Or at least be like, hey, can we milk him one more time?
Yeah, can we get one more squeeze?
No, that's exactly it. Yeah, and you'll see a lot of Cam related horses because that father's lineage is still like it's worked its way all the way down. It's pretty cool.
So the full details of it, I'm just reading through it quickly one last time now. He doesn't get all the horses, he gets all the horse semen. So
Wait,
he doesn't get to
say
keep
that-
the horses. They have 4 horses. They're splitting the horses. They each get 2, but he gets all the semen.
He gets
wondering.
she gets 2, but he gets the semen of 4.
That's right. Yeah.
Exactly, because it's and then you can breed them and all these things. He's playing it smart.
It's clever.
Okay,
Hit
Cam,
me up.
here we go. Here's your second one. Headliner asinine. Here you go. 10,000 men gather for Japan's annual Naked Festival.
Ooh, that sounds hot. This is like something that I missed out on. 10,000 men gather for Japan's Naked Festival. I think the reason I think this is probably a headline is because I think that they're so repressed as for like their nudity and stuff like that. And it's like, think about Japanese porn. Okay? Always has censorship.
Why are we bringing this back to porn? Oh my God.
What else do you see nudity in, right? Anyway.
Keep going.
Always censorship of the good parts. Okay? So you can't see any vag, you can't see any dicks in Japanese porn. So I think it's like kind of a protest where they're saying, let it all out. Let the bush loose. And I'm saying it's a headline.
Cam, that's a headline.
Yeah.
For weird, different reasons. Surprisingly, this article didn't actually bring up pornography in the reason so. But so 10,000 men every year participate in the festival called Hadaka Matsuri, which is an annual naked festival in Japan.
Isn't
they
that
all
baseball
gather
player
at
Hidaka
the-
Matsui?
That's exactly Hadaka Matsuri. They all gather at a temple, and the event is to celebrate prosperity and fertility. Okay, so here's the game, and you bet your ass there's a game. There are 2 20-centimeter long shingi wooden sticks thrown by a priest into the crowd. There's 2 of them. Okay, the sticks
What do they represent?
are thrown amongst 100 bundles of other twigs that are meant to bring a year of good fortune to whoever is lucky enough to catch them.
That's sick.
So this is the point. You're kind of like looking for the needle in the haystack, surrounded by 9,999 just other of your naked peers.
What a story.
No dongs though. I no dongs. I guess naked is a little bit of a stretch. They are wearing like sort of like Adam and Eve style loincloths, like that sort of thing. Like it's a step up from a leaf on a stick. Yeah, but there it is. There it is.
I know what I'm doing next year.
So I was about to say we missed this year's.
Don't worry.
But we'll
2
hit it
seasons
up
of
next
pod
year.
taking naked Japan.
We're going to Japan, baby. We're going.
But international. Headliner asinine. Woman discovers plant she's been watering for 2 years is actually plastic.
Now this is a tough one. We've all
Been there.
We've all been there, of course. I was going to say we've all probably had to like house sit for a little period of time, and when you're house sitting, what are the responsibilities, right? Kind of make sure the dogs are okay.
Mm-hmm.
You get the mail from the mailbox and make sure the plants don't die. That's a huge part of the house sitting. And so you're kind of doing the tour of your house, and my folks they like a lot of plants. The house brings in a lot of light, and you're kind of going around and you're like, okay, water that and water this one, and then there's always that one plant, and you stop and you look at it, you kind of reach out and you touch the leaf, and you're like, fuck, I think this is real. I think this is real. So you water it, and then you get another one, and you really don't know. It could be fake, it could be real, but either way, you don't want this to die. So you water it anyways, and you get home, and the water's just gone right through the fucking thing because it was made of plastic.
That's right.
There's no dirt. It just goes right through, makes this huge mess. Now you're in a bigger pickle than you were before. That being said, though, this is asinine.
This is a headline, actually.
Fuck.
Yeah, I know, crazy. So this lady had a plant for 2 years, kept watering it, and was so proud of it. It's a succulent, so it kind of looks like, I don't know, it's a fake plant. Like
Those things grow. I have a couple succulents, and they
well,
really
she was
popped
so
up there
proud of
since I
it,
got
and when she had like people to watch her plants, she was like, "Please don't fuck with it." Like I have it on a very specific watering schedule, and then for some reason she's like, "I'm gonna repot it." And then when she repotted it, she's like, oh my God, I'm dumb.
How long would you have to have a plant for before you realize that it's not growing?
2 years.
That's insane. This woman ever had a plant before, and she knows that it has a different, like it'll grow?
Yeah, I guess she hasn't. A little bit of a surprise for her. Wild. This is, I'm trying to figure where she's from. Probably America. Who cares? Probably Florida.
Jesus Christ. Okay, Cam, here's your final headline. You ready for it?
Ready.
I said, are you ready for it? Yeah. There you go, Cam. Okay, here you go. There you go. Thank you. Okay, here you go. Coronavirus cuts China's carbon emissions by 100 million metric tons.
So I know that China doesn't have the most strict pollution control. And from what I hear, there's not a lot of people are leaving their house, which means there's probably not a lot of work getting done. And I'll tell you what, boss man's not happy about that. He says, coronavirus, that's for after 5 o'clock. Listen, big guy, we don't pay you to go around drinking beers. We pay you to keep working. But there's probably some restrictions on that, and they probably can't say that. I mean, they can do what the fuck they want. There's no rules in China. Absolutely none. There's 0 rules. Confirmed. How to call it? Yeah. Incredible.
It's pirate law.
Pirate law.
Over the whole
bunch
country.
of pirates over there. No water, all pirates.
All pirates.
Yeah, that's why there's
land pirates. Land pirates are the scariest ones. Yeah.
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's a headline.
You got it, Cam. That's a headline. Boom. Like we were saying last week, positive news.
Positive news. Love it.
Positive news. That is right. So about this time last year, or like since shit's been going down with wow, how long has that been? This one kind of
January 1st, I'd say.
Yeah, this kind of says the 25th. But anyways, whatever it is. Over the period of time, the last like 3 months, in 2019, China emitted 400 million metric tons of carbon dioxide, which I guess is a lot, or it probably is. I really don't know. But this year, over that 4-month period, it only spat out 300 million metric tons.
It's hard to even calculate scale on that.
It's hard to calculate. That's a lot, but you can, if you do search this headline on your own, you can find like NASA satellite images of sort of this time last year and this time this year, and for in terms of like carbon dioxide concentration, and it's just red last year all throughout China, but now it's all blue because it's not happening as much.
I believe it.
There you go. Well, of course, you better
Positive
believe
news
it because,
Mondays, Thursdays, whatever day it is.
Positive news
Final
Thursdays.
headline.
Okay. Oh, exciting.
Man fired for stealing and selling hand sanitizer from his employer.
Ah, yes. Well, hey, if there's ever time to sanitize your hands, it's in the midst of a breakout or an outbreak. That's what I'm looking for. See, hand sanitizer is expensive. I went to Shoppers the other day, and the entire rack that just read hand sanitizer was just empty. People want it. And also the good stuff when you get it in an office. Like the nice, like the dispenser, you put your hand underneath it and it's automatic and just kind of like, blah, blah, blah. Like
Yes.
that's like high quality hand sanitizer. None of this Life brand shit that only kills 99% of bacteria. No, you want to kill 99.9% of all this bacteria. And that 0.9 can make all the difference. Why not steal it from work? It's probably going to be a bit easier anyways. And stealing something as trivial as that is going to get you caught. That's a headline.
Yeah, it's a headline because I did it and I got fired.
What?
No, I'm kidding. It's an asinine. I made it up.
Well, I was going to say, you've been fired like 4 times for crazy reasons. And this one just felt like a long suit. This one felt normal, actually. If you were to say, yeah, that was me, I stole fucking hand sanitizer. Yeah, that sounds about right, Cam.
Par for the course.
Is there a story to this one?
That's asinine. I made it up.
Oh, it was asinine. Sorry,
Yeah.
I thought you said it was a headline. Okay.
No, I made it up. So there's no story to it. I mean, I we were talking about it at work today. That's where I came up with it because I'm like, this might happen. Like, people are going nuts.
Of course, yeah. And what better way to get a free hand sanitizer than just take it from your work?
Perfect. Well, I guess we'll wrap it up at that point.
Yeah, I think that's all the time we have. We're rate, review, like, and subscribe. You got to do that, people. Remember, 5 stars and shit
Great
on us in the
episode.
comments. You can
right.
listen.
5
You can
stars
listen
only.
on. You can listen on YouTube, which is also pretty fun. People aren't people don't do that, but it's there if you're ever around YouTube.
Sweet.
Can we record this Zoom thing somehow?
We can actually. Yeah, we can record it.
We'll figure that out. Maybe we'll look pretty for next week and see what happens. But until then, Cam, you take care now.
You take care now.
Cams.